Hello everyone, I'm Saurabh Srivastava here. Today I'm going to read The Compound Effect, the first chapter, an introduction of it by Darren Hardy. This is amazing book. I have read it once and now I'm repeating it to just go through the gist of it and understand and implement few things that I might have forgotten. So here. The compound effect is an operator's manual that teaches you how to own the system, how to control it, master it, and shape it to your needs and desires. Once you do, there is nothing you can't obtain or achieve. The compound effect is based on a principle I have used in my own life and training. That is, your decisions shape your destiny. The future is what you make it. Little everyday decision will either take you to the life you desire or to a disaster by default. So that is gist of the whole book that Darren Hardy has written, and that's what he wrote in here. So he says, here is the bottom line. You already know all that you need to know to succeed. You don't need to learn anything more. If all we needed was more information, everyone with an internet connection would live in a mansion, have abs of steel, and be blissfully happy. New or more information is not you need. A new plan of action is. It's time to create your new behaviors and habits that are oriented away from the sabotage and towards success. It's that simple. So that's what the gist of the whole book is. And here also again he writes, before we dig in, I have one warning. Earning success is hard. The process is laborious, tedious, sometimes even boring. Becoming wealthy, influential, and world class in your field is slow and arduous. Don't get me wrong. You will see results in your life from following these steps almost immediately. But if you have an aversion to work, discipline, and commitment, you are welcome to turn the TV back on and put your hope in the next infomercial, the one touting promises of overnight success. If you have access to major credit card, that's so true. Today we are living in a microwave mentality where we want everything to be ready in 2 to 3 minutes, and we should be able to eat or enjoy that. So here, compound effect is basically talking about basic habits and basic things that we need to work on over a period of time, and how they compound over a period of time and give you a good results. So the first chapter is the compound effect in action. It starts with, you know that expression, slow and steady wins the race. Ever heard of a story of tortoise and the hare? Ladies and gentlemen, I am the tortoise. Give me enough time and I will beat virtually anybody, anytime and in any competition. So that's what it is. If you have proper habits, if you work on it every day and be consistent and persistent with it, over a period of time it accumulates and you can win anything that you want to. So he talks about his father, how he instilled him in the theory of, or how important it is doing something regularly and continuously. Dad was the original no excuses guy. We weren't ever allowed to stay home from school sick unless we were actually puking, bleeding, or showing bones. The term showing bone came from his coaching days. His players knew they weren't allowed to come out of game unless they were seriously injured. Then one of Dad's core philosophies was, it doesn't matter how smart you are and aren't. You need to make up in hard work that you lack in experience, skill, intelligence, or innate ability. If your competitor is smarter, more talented, or experienced, you just need to work 3 or 4 times as hard. You can still beat them. No matter what the challenge, he taught me to make up in hard work for whatever I might be disadvantaged. So that is that's again Darren Hardy is repeating that how important it is consistency and persistency. Dad's discipline served as an example for me. Dad was my ideal, and I wanted him to be proud of me. I also lived in fear of disappointing him. One of his philosophies: be the guy who says no. It's no great achievement to go along with the crowd. Be the unusual guy, the extraordinary guy. And that's why I never did drugs. He never harped on me about it. But I didn't want to be that guy who just went along because everyone else was doing it, and I didn't want to let that down. So he talks about so that's very true, that you don't have to go along with everything. You need to take ownership of your responsibility, ownership of your behavior. The last book I was reading, that was from John C. Maxwell, Failing Forward. There is a chapter about taking responsibility. That is very important, that we take responsibility of the action that we are taking. Today, so after many years, they talk about how today Dad and I joke about what an addictive overachiever he trained me to be in. So that's what it is. We need to have that consistency, persistency of the work. So here is a good example of compound effect, and where smart choices plus consistency plus time is equal to radical difference. So here is the example of magic penny. So if you are given a choice to taking 3 million in cash this very instant, and and a single penny that doubles in value every day for 31 days, which one you select? So if you selected the $3 million on 31st day, first day, you will have $3 million. Means if you did not spend it all by that time. But here for penny, you will have on 29th let's go back a little bit so that it makes more impact. After full 20 days, you have just $5,243 $3. And then on 29th day, you have $2.7 million. So you see how quickly it multiplied and grew up. And then on 31st day, you will have $10,737,418.24. So that's how you will end up having more than $10 million if you go by penny lane. But it requires a lot of patience for thinking that you haven't lost $3 million. Instead, you gain because you are doing an incremental work every day. 3 friends. Here is another example of 3 friends. These 3 friends of equal, same, they earn the same salary. They have the similar kind of houses. They have similar lifestyle, but they make 3 different choices. The first one chooses to make no change, but complains about, okay, it's not happening or not happening. And second one chooses that, okay, I will start reading a few pages from the book. I will start going about doing some small changes in the life. I will read about the technology I am working on or the work I am doing. I'm going to cut 125 calories from my diet every day. He read in one of the books and he did that. So and the third person who says, okay, he likes food, so he started doing some more research on it, and he started cooking. He started taking some extra calories, or he started drinking a week one more cup of wine. Likewise, so ultimately these 3 guys, that's what through compound effect, after 90 days you will not see much of the change between all of them. They will be almost same, but in 2 years time you will see a huge difference. After 31 month, or just going by penny example, after 31 month you will see there will be a difference of 67 pounds between the guy who choose not to, he has already shed around 33 pounds, and the other guy who choose to eat more and take a little bit more luxury of eating, that guy ended up there. And then on top of that, he because of getting overweight, because of not getting enough exercise and all, so other areas of life get impacted. You become more cynical, you become more not considerate to your spouse, and those all other impacts happen around the same way, because you make a wrong choice, or you make a choice that is different than you are trying to do something beyond that. So in 31 months, that's what, 33.5 pounds he lost. And then so see, this is the ripple effect of overall. So that's another section of the book. So ripple effect, so how making those decisions have ripple impact on other things. You are not satisfied in your job, you are feeling tired, you are feeling you are not doing enough with your spouse, or not. So those all things that add up. So success old school, that is another chapter here that talks about how important it is to just have that old school mentality of challenge. The most challenging aspect of compound effect is that we have to keep working away for a while, consistently and efficiently, before we can begin to see the payoff. Our grandparents knew this, though they didn't spend their evenings glued to TV watching infomercial about how to have thin thighs in 30 days or a real estate kingdom in 6 months. And if Darren Hardy goes ahead and says that if someone is saying that they will be able to give you overnight success, you should run away from them. You should instead start doing something small, and then it will over a period of time it will become big. Then here he talks about microwave mentality. Understanding the compound effect will rid you of instant result expectation. The belief success should be as fast as your fast food, your 1 hour glasses, your 30-minute photo processing, your overnight mail, your microwave eggs, your instant hot water and text messaging. Enough, okay? Promise yourself that you are going to let go once and for all your lottery winner expectations, because let's face it, you only hear stories about one winner, not the millions of failure. And then compound effect is always working. You can choose to make it work for you, or you can ignore it and experience the negative effect of this powerful principle. It doesn't matter where you are on this graph. Starting today, you can decide, make simple positive changes, and allow the compound effect to take you where you want to go. Then Darren Hardy says about simple actions. So don't be the first guy or who does not make any changes. And then don't be the so likewise he talks about, summarizes it. I think you should read it by yourself. And this is amazing book. I'm going to read the second chapter of it, choices, and will share it with you. Meanwhile, please visit the video, and if you like it and subscribe. And if you don't like it, please write some comments. Your comments are useful, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.